Well, it's my absolute pleasure to welcome Aimee Presnall to our Voices of Change Leading Education Forward. Aimee's had a range of educational leadership roles both overseas and in Australia, and is currently the founder of World Nest.
So when we know that we've got a school that's got practices that for a thriving environment, whether that be obviously for their leaders or their teachers, we're very closely looking at staff retention, attrition rates and engagement levels. Like they are first and foremost. Anytime a school comes to us or inquires, I always ask about staff retention. The quality of decision making and the way that we navigate change. So are our staff actually coming on the journey with us? Because we can spend a lot of budget and a lot of time and energy on implementing new, big, wonderful things. Yet if our staff actually don't believe that that is the best decision for the school to go down, if that's not what they believe is actually going to make a difference, and those decisions aren't aligning again with the school's values, and obviously their strategic plan, it feels like decisions are rash and there's 1,000,001 different priorities and what actually are we doing? That's a huge part of not actually having sustainable practices within a school. We are very reactive, we're very choppy, we bring in new incentives all the time, and then staff actually don't know what to prioritise. There's actually, again, so much for them to do, and we need to strip it back. So the schools that we find have those sustained practices really are the ones that respond to challenges well, that actually can navigate change well, really are those who have that distributed responsibility. So it's not all about the leaders. They invest in professional development and building capacity of staff, and that they maintain the expectations, standards, behaviours that it is that they expect. They don't walk past them. If they say this is what we're going to do, they action it. And it's very rare. It really is very rare for us to be able to not just walk past certain things because it feels easier at the time. So I think there's some indicators of what it is that we especially are looking for when we're helping build team culture within schools.
Yeah, fantastic. Peter Drucker, one of my favourite quotes, culture eats strategy for breakfast. Aimee, wonderful talking to you. Let's just come back to the actual educational leaders themselves. What's your advice about how do they sustain their level of well-being while also supporting everyone else's?
Again, with the work that we do, and from what I can see has the greatest impact, is the moment that leaders role model what they want to see in others, that's when change happens. So I could list a whole bunch of things for you, but at the end of the day, until leaders themselves give themselves permission to care for themselves, to lead differently, to work differently, that is the catalyst for the ripple effect that then has on staff. So at the end of the day, it's that permission and acceptance that I need to care for myself, and how that looks is different for different people, different contexts, different settings. But the moment they give themselves that permission and they actually live and breathe what they want to see from others, that's when change happens. If we are just saying what we want people to hear or what we think our staff want to hear, and then they watch us and we're not doing it, it literally wipes everything and anything that you've ever said. So I think if I could really simplify it for this podcast, it would be that you have to role model what it is that you want to see, because understanding that well-being really does enable performance is at the core.
Love it. Aimee, as you know, on Voices of Change, we end with a little sort of nugget, gem we call them, of a bit of leadership advice that you could give someone about to step into leadership, or maybe they're already in a role. What's your gem for today?
I would actually go back to the first question you asked me, staying aligned with your values. I think that is such a catalyst for growth, such a catalyst for confidence, and such a catalyst for alignment. And when I really think about it, any times when I was a leader that I felt like I was having a really difficult time was often when values were misaligned. And again, it's something that has to be consistently reviewed, spoken of often, reflected on, again, in reflective practice and coaching, because it's not something that you're going to put at the top of your to-do list, is it? It's not something that goes, oh, what's most urgent for me to do today? Oh, I need to realign with my values. It doesn't happen. Because there's a million and one other things. But I would really say that leading with your core values and remembering why it is that you got into leadership and connecting with that good old Japanese ikigai of why it is that we get up and do what we do every day is extremely important. And I think, sadly, lots of leaders have lost that or feeling a bit lost with it. And that's, again, what we're very passionate about helping leaders realign with.
Aimee, thank you once again for all the work you're doing in this space with wellness. It's been an absolute pleasure listening and learning a lot from you today. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thanks so much for having me.